So I'm the typical orthodontic relapse case. That means I had braces when I was a teenager, and then because I didn't wear my retainers at night, and also I only had a fixed retainer bonded to the bottom of my teeth, not the top of them, and actually it broke. Then my teeth moved back as an adult in my 20s. So I was very keen to have them straightened up again, and I'll share with you my experience having worn fixed braces and then clear aligners and how I experienced the pain with both. So when I had fixed braces, I think I was about 14 years old, and of course I remember they were awful, they looked ugly, and I think they make you feel even more self-conscious, especially as you're growing up. But another thing I do remember is the pain. Something I really didn't like was when I had to go to the orthodontist every month and she would change the wire, and each time it was getting thicker and stronger and it was getting even more painful. Another thing that was really uncomfortable and painful was obviously the brackets, because they rub onto the inside of your cheeks and it's really not nice. It creates ulcers and sometimes you even bleed. And also that was even more painful. That was the wire when it was kind of cutting out at the back, and that was horrendous. And I remember the orthodontist would recommend to add some wax onto the brackets and at the back, but I mean it wasn't very comfortable to wear the wax because it's a bit bulky and it falls off, and so yeah, it wasn't a very nice experience. Another small thing I remember was when I was going to my appointments for the brace tightening, they would use some stretchers to access the back of my mouth, and my lips are quite small, so making them stretch would obviously crack them. And then towards the end there was something that I really hated, and I think that was the most awkward feeling. It was when they added some blocks between my top and bottom teeth so that I wouldn't bite together. I really didn't like that, and I had to take some serious painkillers for the pain. And I guess the biggest frustration with the fixed braces process was that I had zero control over anything. I couldn't just suddenly take everything out, especially with the blocks. I had to just put up with it and wait for the end for like the 2-year period basically. Then in my 20s, my teeth became crooked a bit again because I didn't have a retainer on the top teeth. It wasn't major, but it was something that I was a bit self-conscious about. Especially my family would comment like how I had braces and my teeth were not like perfect. So I really wanted to do something about it. And at the time my husband was a dentist, so he was focused on cosmetic teeth straightening, non-invasive solutions. So we looked at the best option for something that was quick, super discreet, and also not painful. So we opted for the clear aligners. So I guess my mouth is a bit sensitive, so when I started wearing the aligners for the first few days, I had a few ulcers in my mouth. It was rubbing onto the tissue in my mouth and my gums, so that was a bit uncomfortable, but it wasn't to the point of taking painkillers or anything. It was getting easier as I was getting along in the treatment. My treatment was only for a few months. I think I did it for 5 months or something. And each time I would change to a new set of aligners, my teeth would be a bit tender, especially when I would take them out to eat. But other than that, it wasn't a major pain. I think as adults, we are a bit less patient, we want everything quick, and maybe we don't actually realize what pain we can put up when we are younger. And what I loved the most about that process was that I had full control. If I had a bit too much pain or I didn't have that claustrophobic feeling like with fixed braces, I could just take them out, take a break. I felt more in control. Also, there was no major stress or hassle of going to the orthodontist. Like nothing catastrophic could happen, like when the wire could come off or the bracket could come off. I just had sometimes questions, for example, for the ulcers or to make sure my teeth were moving properly. I just asked my husband dentist and everything was fine. But honestly, when looking back at both experience, wearing fixed braces and aligners are like nothing compared with the braces. And one last comment, whether you're getting braces for the first time or the second time, make sure you do ask about retainers and you don't give up on wearing them. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon on Straight Teeth TV and straightteethdirect.com.